this is Paul from Guitar World, and today we're going to be looking at one of my favorite new boutique amps, the Gabriel Voxer 33 head and the convertible 212 cabinet. So there's a lot to talk about this amp, so let's dig in deep. The Gabriel Voxer 33 head and its accompanying 212 cabinet are named after its creator, a man who goes by the name of Gabby. And the inspiration behind this design are the vintage amps from the 60s, an 18-watt Marshall, and also a Vox AC-15. So this, of course, is the bigger brother to the Voxer 18, which Gabby also makes. So this has got a little bit of a robust sounding amp. And it has two channels, but it's a single channel operation. You can't split the channels together because they would be out of phase. So you pick the channel you want to work with and you go from there. The tube complement, of course, is in 4 EL84s, but the difference between using these two channels is the preamp tubes. Now, on the left side of this, we're going to be basically using the EF86 tube, which is very popular in the early Vox amps. And you can get a lot of character out of that amp. Over here, we have more of the Marshall side of the amp, which uses a 12AX7 tube. So this side is more Marshall, this is more Vox. And there's some interesting features between the two channels. On this Vox flavor channel, the controls are very simple. You basically have your volume, your tone control. There's also a gain control over here, and there's, of course, the master cut, which works for both channels. So what's cool about this channel is if you use the accompanying foot switch, you can basically set two different types of gain levels, and you just plug it into the back, so it disengages this gain control, and then you can set your one gain control for a clean sound, and then really drive the EF86 tube. So as you heard before, I got a very jangly sound, and then I kicked in the foot switch to get a more distorted, wide open sound. Moving over to the Marshall flavored side of things on this channel, which is the 12AX7 channel, you just have a basic tone control and your volume control. So of course, as you turn it up, you get more of a crunchy sound, and if you turn it down, it's a little bit more clean, and it has a nice clean character to it. On the back of the amp, we have a contour switch, which basically rolls off the low frequency. So you can basically dial in the amount of low end you want from the back. To set it about the middle is a pretty good idea, which is what I have done. The 212 cabinet is really well designed, and it also employs two Celestion speakers, an Alnico blue and a Celestion greenback. The combination of these two really get you some great sounds. You get the sweetness from the Alnico, and you get the nice mid-range from the greenback. Let's hear this great amp. Let's begin on the right channel over here, which employs the 12AX7 tube. I got it dialed in just about halfway. The tone is about halfway as well, and it gets a real nice, smooth overdrive. Let's take a listen. Sticking on the same channel, let's get a very smooth, clean sound. I turned down the tone all the way, and I pulled back the volume, and this gets a really nice textured clean. Here we go. Now we've moved over to more of the Vox flavored channel, which is the left-handed channel, which employs the EF86 tube. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dial the gain back here, so you really get a nice jangly bit of a sound. Turning the tone up gives me a lot of top end, and so that's a really nice sound over here as well. And the cut is pretty cool at about 2 here. So let's take a listen and hear what that sounds like. Now let's really get a great Vox sound out of this amp. I've turned the gain all the way up and I got the volume just about the same place. Tone is in the middle. You really get the essential vintage tone. Here we go. Let's hear a solo tone. Basically, I cranked up just about everything on the left side channel, and you can really get a nice bluesy sound out of this. Here we go. The Gabriel Voxer 33 head and its accompanying 212 cabinet is one attractive package. It combines the best of the 60s era British flavored tones in one amp. Once you plug into this amp, you'll be sold. Definitely check this one out.